to see the other comedians.
There you go. That does not look like Hawaii.
That's lumpy.
That's lumpy. Looks like a lot of butter. What's your favorite thing about seeing me on stage?
Leaving.
Jeremy Crawl makes me wet.
Oh my God!
Best comedian ever.
I don't know.
What's your favorite comic?
How could I choose? I can't.
When you come back to PNJ Comedy?
Absolutely.
Would you tell people about it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's all we're trying to do here. So if you're watching PNJ Comedy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Big hug. Big hug.
It was great. Everybody was so funny. Yeah, we had
When you come back, will you recommend it to your friends? Will you point at the camera and say PNJ Comedy is the best comedy ever?
PNJ Comedy, best comedy you are ever going to see. All the way from London, England, just to get a comedy show tonight. And it was well worth my trip.
I think if my girlfriend tells me she can do anything I can do, so why do I have to investigate the strange noises in the middle of the night still? You hear something in the middle of the night and she's like, what was that? I'm like, I don't know. And I look at my dog and he's like, I'm not fucking going. I'm like, honey, you said you can do anything I can do, why can't we just take turns? She's like, what if there's somebody out there waiting to kill me? Well, fuck it, it was your turn.
I walked up to me the other day that I hadn't seen in a while, and I was wearing glasses. And the first thing he says to me, he goes, hey, dude, you look like a serial killer. Right? It's not the thing you want to say to a guy who kills people for fun in his spare time. Right? You want to be a little more smooth. Say something like, hey, buddy, you look fantastic. I don't suspect anything.
Drunk texting. Drunk texting is not something you want to do. One time I texted every female on my phone the same thing. Sex? Question mark. Yeah. I gotta tell you, that is an awkward conversation with your grandmother the next day.
Runners in here. Anybody? No? Yes? What's a good goal? Like an 8-minute mile? 9-minute mile? 10? Yeah, whatever. You can walk. I'll tell you, I'm impressed. Have you seen these people who can carry on a conversation while they're running? That's so impressive to me. I'm just trying to not sound like I'm having sex while I'm running. It startles people when you're coming up behind them like, oh God, oh yeah, oh don't stop now, I'm almost there. Hey, lots of people have sex in here, awesome.
I love in Scranton so far, guys. We drove down here. We risked our lives today. Oh, all right. I love it. You know how hard it is to drive stone all the way from Boston? It's nearly impossible with all this snow. And I was like, what are we going to do? You know, I got a sweet hotel room and with a pool, and we're in this town that I've never been to before. I'm like, what are we going to do? So I like Googled things to do in Scranton. After I saw myself tonight, I was like, shit, this town does suck. I'm the best thing in it? Man. I was like, there's got to be one, you know, every town's got something. And this is what it said. I'm not even kidding you guys. I was telling the other comics back there, like, you got to tell them this. I looked up things to do in Scranton, and it says, besides getting drunk, you can always visit New York or Philadelphia. I'm like, the best thing about Scranton is getting the fuck out of Scranton. Kind of a rough review, Google.
Alright, I'm sitting here with the comics that just performed tonight on PNJ Comedy at the 20th Ward. With me is the very funny Terry Lee, Will Noonan, Mike Kerrigan, and the founder, Paul Spratt. How'd you guys feel about tonight's performance?
I could take it or leave it.
I felt great about it.
Had a lot of fun.
What did we do? As you can see, they're assholes 24/7. You can't sit down with them.
It was a great crowd. We had a lot of people. We had the Boston comics came out, which is great. It's interesting to see like different, like the different cities. Like, you see people can be classified as a Boston comic, New York comic. I felt you guys weren't really, in that kind of like the Boston, like, oh, you can tell this guy's from Boston. You guys had such like a range of material and things like that, which makes you just comics that are universal. And how did your material come up from making yourself not so much a Boston comic, it's just a comic that everyone can listen to?
I'll tackle this one, Mike. I think it's because there's so many guys who are still in Boston taking care of that for us that they don't need us. They got a lot of great guys that do the Boston stuff and have been doing it for a long time. So we're like trying something new.
And also, so are you saying that you're better than every Boston comic?
Especially Steve Sweeney.
I don't know who Steve Sweeney is, but we hate you. Alright? So come find me in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Steve. Because I'm not fucking scared. Yeah, he'll beat the shit. I don't even know him, but I already know he won the fight. I can guarantee it. One thing I wanted to get some word from Paul, because me and Paul, why are you acting like, me and Paul have worked together since I started. He was before my time, and when he started When he started, when he started P&J Comedy, it was just open mics here and there, and now it has taken off to good charity shows where people come out, have a great time. We've raised a lot of money for different foundations, and how does that make you feel as going forward as a comic and what you're doing for the scene in Scranton?
Was this a health class? Health class? Yeah. What are you doing to me? What is this, health class?
You can turn it off.
Explain to this man, how does it make you feel? I don't know, if you remember we shut down successfully like 3 bars. I don't know if you remember that. That's really why we're not doing it open mic anymore. We like have the curse of P&J Comedy Night where we've successfully closed 3 bars.
The benefits are going well.
The benefits are going well. And it's because it's only once a lot. Probably successfully shut this place down if we were here weekly.
They were a charity hall. It'd be fun. Good reason.
Yeah, it'd be all over. You know, remember, what was that band that used to say we were bar curse? Was that the 357? They were just like, what bar are you going to be at now? And you're just going to shut that shit down.
That's a terrible band name, the 357s.
Sounds like a band fucking Steve from Boston would be in. Am I right? Yeah. I'm sorry, Steve. But no, does it make you just where you've come? Like, now, like when I first started, I never thought I would have the power to do things like this for people. And when I first started Hometown Heroes, it was just kind of something for fun. And now that I see that, I'm helping to raise money for people, it makes me feel good about where I'm going with it. And you are the one that basically, you book the comics, you get shit done, like you get the comics, you put them up in hotels, you scout them, you book them, all that kind of crazy stuff. And how does it make you feel? Because you're the man behind the curtain for this.
Nice hotels too, by the way.
Who remembers the last time Joe was here and he shit on the hotel that Will stayed in? I mean, he completely just took a giant dump on the hotel, as you say.
That exactly illustrates what different places in comedy me and Joe Matarese are. I'm like, this place is the shit. Joe's like, what a hole. This club is awful. That's how he talks.
That's a perfect joke. He's going to watch this and be like, I'm never working with any of them again. They're all assholes.
I didn't say a word.
Yeah, he's like,
Nothing.
This is what it's like opening for Artie Lang.
he's going to hate us. I love you, Joe. Don't stop giving me stuff.
I'm scared because we're here next week with Joe, or next month, and I'm going to try to sit down and do an interview with him. And now he kind of has like the pressure on his back. Like if a rapper came at another rapper, like Joe has to come back now just to make sure that Will Noonan will shut his face.
Right before he does his.
Oh, he'll get fired up. He'll be pissed. I have nothing bad to say about you, Joe Matarese. But I'm not gonna. he's saying some nasty things. But it's crazy to me how different people are, like, coming up in the comedy world. And I just wanted to blend on that, like, see how you guys got into it, why you got into it, and why you're here today. So, Terry.
Okay, what was the first question? Why am I in comedy? Because I stood in too many cattle calls and realized that I wasn't tall enough and blonde enough, like Jeremy's girlfriend. And someone said, hey, you know, they'll give you stage time if you just go bring a couple people. And I said, and this was in New York City, I said, yeah, I'll fucking bring, I have like 3 friends, is that enough? They're like, no. So I kept trying, and that's why I'm here. And somehow it worked out. Somehow it kind of came naturally, so I don't know. I'll pass it on to Will Noonan.
My origin is just like Terry's. Started in New York. I was an out-of-work actor. I also was not tall or blonde enough. I started handing out flyers, hosting to get 5 minutes, and then I was also hosting karaoke shows. And now I'm in Scranton. So it was like bing, bang, boom, just like that. Overnight success.
I got into it for the girls, but then I stayed just for the attention. After Home Alone 2 fell apart, I didn't know where I could go, so I just ended up at the open mics. It's kind of like a blackout for an alcoholic. I just wake up there and start telling them things I shouldn't be. And I just fell in love with it and been doing it ever since. And thanks for having me, guys.
Well, you have the shortest mic. My male porn star career never took off. So I had to figure something else out. I guess I wasn't hung enough. They said, I don't know what that means. Too blonde. I was too blonde. I don't know. I've been in Scranton. I started in Scranton, which is, I'm not going to shit on Scranton while we're doing this interview, but it's not the greatest comedy city ever, so I went to New York, did the bringer show thing, had to bring friends, and I had no friends, so I had to bring other people's friends, and then bribe them. Had to sell my body a couple times, but and I'm still in Scranton, so it's working out.
One quote, I love first of all how no one is taking this, like everyone's like, all right, interviews between comics, everyone like bring your A game, like no serious answers, like don't be sympathetic, get as many poop or penis jokes out as you can, you don't know how long this interview will be, but I heard a couple comments from big comics such as like to George Carlin's and Jay Leno's that said, if you can make it in Scranton, you can make it anywhere. And you don't know that because it is a hard town to do it, and I think we did pretty well tonight. So everyone pat on each other's back. I'll just raw dog myself. And besides that, thank you guys for coming out, all of you. It was great. Nice to meet all of you guys. I will have links up for each of these comics, Facebook, stuff like that, so you can make sure to follow them. Will is a fan of being poked on Twitter. And please send Paul as many dick pics as you can. For that, this is PJ Comedy. Once again, thank everyone for coming out.
Thank you, Scranton.
Thank you, Scranton.